My husband's from the Detroit area, and the first time I met his father, who was involved as an athletic director in that area, he asked me, "Now, where did you graduate from high school?" And I said, "Ewen-Trout Creek." He said, "Oh, that's a big basketball school. I know that name."
Pass stolen by Mackey. Now the Panthers to the right side to land it off the glass from 10, and she's got it.
We'll have an easy layup, and Rena Mackey gets it to go.
Cola out to Munson, and Munson comes down. I got a 3-on-1 with Mackey on one wing and landed on the other, and it's to Mackey, lays it up and
We lived and died by basketball.
And Micheletti has it, finds Mackey. One fake move off the glass, yes.
You know, we grew up in a time without cell phones and video games. I think we had an Atari or something. So you had to play sports. It was either that or what else are you gonna do?
We were all basketball all the time.
It was just what we did. There wasn't even a question like, are you going to play basketball? It's just, oh, you're playing basketball, so we just did.
Ewen's program really took off. Excellent and difficult to beat for sure. You want to come in here and play them, good luck.
Our girls' basketball team was not second to the boys' team. There was no way. You know, we had a full gym for our games. We had good newspaper coverage.
This place was packed. This place was packed every night for a girls' basketball game. There wasn't any room.
It was an advantage, definitely. And it could be quite nerve-wracking for other teams having to play in that kind of atmosphere. And you would hear teams say, "I got to go play at the barn." No.
It brings back a lot of great memories. There were some fantastic games in this building.
I would say our teams fully expected to win. We were well prepared, we were well coached, we practiced. But my senior year, we were not as successful as other years, and it was a disappointment. And when I looked at our record, I think we were 14-4. And to me, that just wasn't the same as the other 3 years when I was in high school.
In the 4 years I was in high school, we only lost 8 games. And that includes the state finals, the state semifinals, and the state quarterfinals my freshman year.
Well, Nancy always had great seasons. There were a couple of years that we were undefeated. My senior year, we were 20-0 at the time. Having those memories of being undefeated, I get really talkative when, gosh, come on, You can't help it though. You just want to win. You just want to win.
Senior year, we had some good games. I had broke the school single game record that year. I had 44 points against Marinesco here at home. And in that game, I also had 37 rebounds. So it was the best game, of course, in my career.
I started here in Ewen the fall of the 79-80 school year. So I was at Berglund for 6 years, and then I came here to Ewen.
In 1981 and 82 on the varsity, we had a couple of pretty good basketball teams. My senior year, in 82, we played Berglund in the regionals up in Marquette, and we lost to them by just 1 point, I believe. So there was certainly a rivalry between Ewen and Berglund, and the girls at that time, Berglund girls, were pretty tough. So we had lost to them twice during the season. I can't imagine what kind of team we would have had if we would have been able to combine the two like it is now.
Berglund closed 2 weeks before the 84-85 season was supposed to start.
Berglund was a big rival when we were in junior high, but then when we were in high school, their enrollment had declined so much, and also when the annexation happened, it was not dramatic for the kids. It was big drama in the communities. The communities were really torn apart by the vote. I thought the annexation was positive and brought us friends and players for our teams.
Nancy Osier's ball club coasting 41-19 at this point.
It was not easy. She was very good at what she did, and she always had, it seemed, a couple of excellent players. Over the years, Teresa Pelcola, Mona Mungeon, the Fleming girls, Shayna DeKramer, good Lord. It's, you know, it's a murderer's row.
80s girls basketball, Nancy Osier had us in pretty good shape. We knew the game pretty well.
My first years of coaching, I would sit in front of the TV with a notebook and watch college games and listen to the announcers and write down things that they would say. And I would see an out of bounds play and think, oh, that looks cool. And I would write that down to kind of teach myself as to what I should be doing.
At a time when most teams that we played ran one offense and one defense, we had 4 or 5 offenses. We had 4 defenses. We were ready. She knew her stuff, and she expected us to come right along with her.
To Mungeon, who brings it out with 6:08. Mungeon runs it down, gives to Bailey. Bailey off the baseline, up and in.
We didn't have the three-point line either, so we played inside. And I think inside ball is smart. You know, you have to work for that basket.
Pelcola has it over to Winberg. Layup up and in. And that'll do it.
Plus, we trapped on our defense. There was a lot of times we would play defense and they couldn't get it past half court.
You know, I can think back to the teams that, you know, like the 85, 86 team, we went to the state finals and the state semifinals those years. And, you know, and people are going to want to say those teams had to be your teams that really stand out in your mind. But I think it was the year before that in which we were undefeated. We beat every team that we played by 20 points or more. We were predicted to win the state championship.
That was it. We were number 1 all season, you know, and we didn't know anything different. You were always number 1, always number 1, always number 1. And Oj used to put up the ratings in the locker room, and you know, she'd always put these things like, "Oh, they're coming to get you." And that was the year we lost a heartbreaker in district, so it never should have happened. Never should have happened.
It was just one of those nights where nothing would go right for us, and the other team was fired up and everything was going good for them, and you know, we lost. And I think that was still just a real hard time.
Even a real good team has down times, and you can't win them all.
Losses are tough. Losing is hard. Losing is really hard. You know, but you gotta have a short memory. You gotta have a short memory, and you gotta just get back on the saddle and work harder for the next game and improve on what you need to improve on.
When we lost our first game when I was a sophomore, we were crushed, but it made us hungry. And I think those two things tie together. Yes, we expected to win because that was the culture of our program, but when we lost, we responded. And that's when we made it down to the state finals.
We all got a little bit of a taste of it, and we, like I said, we liked it, so we wanted to keep going. So for me personally, it was a major motivator to, yeah, we gotta do better. We have to work harder.
I think they have a lot of good memories there. I also think there's a lot of sad memories in the fact that we probably should have won that game, and we didn't. But the state championship, we led almost the whole game and then lost in the last minute.
17-3 after the first quarter, and I think we were up by 11 at halftime. And the wheels fell off. It was my fault that we lost. It was a tie game. I'll remember that. Potterville had the ball. The girl I was guarding had the ball at the free throw line, and I'll never forget it. She took it from her hip and she just kind of turned and threw it. and it was probably the most unfundamental form of a basketball shot you'd ever see. But that was my girl who shot and made the basket in the end. And the Detroit Free Press says, brick, they call it the brick because it really was truly a brick. It was an ugly shot.
What stands out about the state final? Losing on a buzzer beater when we were up 17-3 in the first quarter. That is what stands out. We lost on a buzzer beater. That will never go away. But most of the things I remember about our trips downstate were not the games. It's the times together, the silly things that we did, the traditions that our program had. We did lots of embarrassing, really fun things.
Everyone make a face.
Coming out of the tunnel, every year we had a new song for the girls, and we would sing it in the tunnel before we would come out and do our warm-ups. I can still remember some of the words to it, and it is like, that song doesn't even sound real. It doesn't even make sense, really.
It reminds me, coming back here, how close we were as teams. You hung out together, you did everything together, and that was a big family, your family. And right now, everybody here at Ewen-Trout Creek, working with you on this, we're all family.
You never lose it. You never lose that love, ever. Those are instilled memories that nobody can take away. Everybody should be able to experience that once in a lifetime. Then you'll know. Someday I want to be like that. I want to play that, and I want to get that feeling, what they have. I want to step out on the court when this whole place is filled up and have a feeling. There's never a better feeling than that. Never a better feeling than that.
I think it's tradition. I think it's just something that has always been there and should always be there.
So over the years, we've had a lot of great talent here at Ewen. I like to think of all of my teams had special moments, special memories to all of them.
The progression of when I played through all those years and what it is now, women are really, really stepping up and playing some awesome sports.
Call for ECC TV. We're here with a star player, Ewen-Trout. She had a great game against Wakefield last night, 14 points, 24 assists, and 37 rebounds. How much do you feel about that game last night, Yvette?
I think we did good. I think she saw 37 points.